Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Well, we're going to discuss today the big problem of Russian military, which is the killing of its generals. According to sources coming from Ukraine and Western corporate mass media, we find that the Russian generals are killed like flies, bam, bam, bam. They all die. And I have two articles. One with the announcement coming from Ukraine that they killed another Russian general, and another article with an ex commander, NATO commander, general, something like that, and he's gonna tell us why and what's going on. So stay tuned. We're gonna find out. These experts will tell us. So the first one is from the Insider. Uh, from today, which is May 1st, 2022. And this is the title: A Russian general who commanded electronic warfare. So, a Russian general who commanded electronic warfare units was killed in a strike that killed 100 soldiers, top Ukrainian officials said. So, whenever you hear an exact, a rounded number, like 100, 1,000, 6 million, 10 million, 1 billion, you know something, you might have questions regarding an exact number, especially in a war or with people, or whatever calculation you make. It's very rare, and you have exactly 100 soldiers being killed. Should be 101, should be 983 or 94 or something. All right, so um, the odds are, as they are. So it says here another Russian general, which is Major General Andrei Simonov, was reportedly killed in an attack on a Russian command post near the city of Izium. The general, who commanded electronic warfare units, was among 100 Russian servicemen killed. Now, we're going to deal with a word here, a key word that these reports or these articles use, and this is the word reportedly. Reportedly. And I looked at this definition to see, I want to be exact when I use words, because the words have meanings. What exactly is this? Reportedly, like it was proven that that occurred. It was, like, or it's just alleged, allegedly, reportedly, or it's provenly or whatever. So I looked at reportedly, and it's an adverb, and it says, this is the definition: according to what some say, used to express the speaker's belief that the information given is not necessarily true. So you got the definition of reportedly. When you hear reportedly, that's not necessarily true. That the author's opinion, that something might be or might not be. So reportedly, according to what some say, used to express the speaker's belief that the information given is not necessarily true. And we have here, in the article I just said, I mentioned, Major General Andrei Simonov was reportedly killed in an attack. So maybe, maybe not. But they make the article like, oh, another general was killed. That's the title, isn't it? A Russian general who commanded electronic warfare units was killed in a strike. And then in the first paragraph, reportedly. Okay, now we go to the other article. Well, it comes from The Hill, from May 1st, 2022, and it says, these guys embarrass themselves. Not embarrassed, show who they are. Who show their ranks, their experience, their position. When they open their mouth and you analyze what they say, you know who they are and how smart they are. In this case, this guy, I would say. Not necessarily he might be stupid, but maybe he's just, he knows where his interests lie, So it says, ex-NATO commander. And he says this: loss of top Russian officers amid invasion unprecedented in modern history. So this is related with the first article, where is the reportedly. So I said, okay, this guy must have information, right? And this is a guy who's a retired admiral, James Stavridis, probably Greek by family name, surname, or whatever. Former NATO Supreme Allied Commander for Europe. Wow, can you imagine having that position? Former NATO Supreme Allied Commander for Europe claims that, now he claims, he opens his mouth, that Russian militaries, and I'm quoting, amazing incompetence, close quote, in Ukraine has resulted in a loss of generals and other top officials that is unprecedented in modern history. That's a statement. That's a clear statement. It says amazing incompetence. So clear they're incompetent. That he determined. It's not like perceived or maybe or something. No, that's clear. And then has resulted. That's the direct. It tells you why. What happened with incompetence resulted with no doubt. Is no might, was nothing alleged, reported in a loss of general and other top officials that is not unprecedented in modern history. This statement is a final statement. There's no doubt in it. And it says here, in modern history, there is no situation comparable in terms of the deaths of generals. Here on the Russian side, in a 2-month period, we've seen at least a dozen, if not more, Russian generals killed. Okay, I mean, you should have the exact number if you have the information. You can't just go with, at least or nevertheless. Let's go further. So this Supreme Allied Commander says, for comparison, he cited recent American conflicts, saying that not a single general was lost in actual combat in U.S. wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Yeah. So this fantastic commander compares apples with plums. So how was the Afghanistan war conducted? They just bombed out of those. What about the other one, the Iraq? The same way. They bombed. They closed their eyes, bombed. Remember, they bombed even Saddam's palace. So they bombed cities, they bombed whatever. And after they finished, whatever happened over there, and the mass media was reporting everything accurately, then we came and slowly we took over after we bombarded. That's a technique. That's great. But where were the generals? Were the generals in front? Where was Schwarzkopf? How many miles away was he from the hostilities? And besides, who are they fighting? Iraq, 20 million people in a desert with a rusty army, right? Backed by whom, you commander? By nobody. And who's Russia fighting? Let's say your thing is true. Yeah, they were killed. How many? Okay, and who was backing Ukraine? United States, Britain, with information, with the intelligence, even intelligence, intelligence needs IQ and all this. They had the infrastructure, they have, everything ready. So it was not that the Russians were fighting Ukrainians like the Americans with their coalition, remember, NATO, defensive coalition, defensive organization. They were bombing those guys and they were alone in a desert, all right, in a desert. No trees, no hills, no nothing. So you compare that with this. But he's very smart. I'm not talking of Afghanistan, all right? Afghanistan is just bombing a few guys over there, which I don't even know how. Anyway, I'm not going to look down on Afghanistan, but I will not compare, the Afghan army with, and the same, bombed. That's what they did. And when they came over there, took over, but the Talibans were not dispersed. Why? Because they were still there. And the generals were where? Where were the generals? Like, let's say the Russian generals have a different way of acting. They are in the front line of war. And if that happened, happened. But let's say, because at one point this guy is going to tell us exactly that he's going to use the word reportedly. So we go here. It's not just the generals being killed, said Stavridis of the Russian military. Additionally, noting their inability to conduct logistics, bad battle plan, and loss of their flagship at sea. Okay, that's true with the flagship. It's been a bad performance by the Russians thus far. So they are losing. Okay, we know it. So let's go home and all right. So here now this is everything that in not confirms, denies what this Stavridis claimed in the first two paragraphs. Russian generals and top military personnel who have reportedly been killed in the invasion include, and they give here names, reportedly. Okay, so now I have to go back to definition because I forgot it. And reportedly is, according to what some say, used to express the speaker's belief that the information given is not necessarily true. So, lead commander, supreme leader, that's Kim Jong-un, whatever, North Korea, but here's a supreme allied commander. That's how it is, allegedly, right? Reportedly, and they give us the name. Well, it's just, and if it's, I mean, by all means, I'm pretty sure people die over there, no doubt about it. But these guys make reach a conclusion from reportedly, allegedly, possibly information given by one side. And he says here that Stavridis added that Vladimir Putin is creating the expansion of NATO by his unwarranted attack on its neighbor. No, it's the other way around. NATO expanded to his borders, not he expanded to your border. So you again, and you're the supreme commander. Thank you very much. And then he said here that by mentioning that Finland and Sweden might join because they invaded, and you know that no, it was the other way around. But nevertheless, or at least that take that into consideration, Mr. Stavridis. But no, he's just unidimensional, right there. Follow order, yes, sir. And he says it's not just the NATO alliance; it's the democracies around the world. He added, citing Japan as one of the powerful known NATO countries in opposition to Russia. Yes, but Japan is under occupation. It has your troops on. What is it supposed to do? What is it supposed to do? Its balls, not balls, balls are caught and in a wiser. What do you want to do with that? And then he says something here about the democracies in democracies, talking about the democracy of Ukraine. What are you talking about democracy in Ukraine? He says here that Vladimir Putin's military incompetence, the former commander also accused Putin of unleashing war crimes, again, reportedly, right, on Ukraine, beginning with the illegal, I'm quoting, illegal invasion of a neighbor and a democracy, and including massacring civilians, destroying cities, and using rape as a weapon of war. Allegations, no investigation, no impartial thing. What are you talking about? There were, but who are the perpetrators? Let's find out. And then here it says that the democracy, Ukrainian democracy, you make me laugh. Democracy? His memory is 3 minutes back. What about 2014, the toppling of a democratically elected government in Ukraine, a supreme leader? What about that? Oh, that was okay because this side pushed it and helped. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's how it is. So you besides having a very narrow worldview, the supreme commander of NATO forces, this guy, imagine this guy being your judge, being in the, presiding over a court hearing, and he's the judge that is going to judge you with his take on things, his vision, his power of analyzing situations and life and judging. He is the one who's going to determine your life, your outcome based on the way he thinks. You want him? I don't want him even, I don't want to insult anybody. I don't want him to open the door of my car or open the hotel's door to allow me to go in. No doorman or dog catcher. This guy, supreme commander of ex-NATO. He reaches conclusions based on allegations, and allegations, things that are not certain, he reaches a conclusion and he tells us why, but that's based everything on allegations. So shut up, supreme commander of NATO. Nevertheless, I don't care. This is what this guy says, and this is the way I can't even Not believe, because I met certainly not this at this level, obviously. But when you hear this, you see a pattern. You see a pattern. Those guys are not geniuses by all means. By all means. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, reportedly, allegedly, possibly, blah, 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 and be just. See ya.